Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Okay, I see some faces which were not there yesterday. Vienna, were you there yesterday?
So I had joined actually, but then I had some network issues, so I left.
Okay,
And
Preeti, Mayur was not there. Mayur, Mayur, can you hear me? Even Preeti was not there yesterday.
yes, I wasn't there.
Yeah, what's the reason?
Yeah, I wasn't there yesterday.
Mayur, were
Hello.
you there yesterday?
No, sir, I wasn't there yesterday.
Right. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we'll be starting with the next part as discussed. Okay, whatever is the assignment given, the factors that we worked yesterday, okay, about the students performance, if you remember, okay, that will be doing it on Tuesday as discussed. Okay, not Tuesday, basically Tuesday there is something else planned for y'all. Okay, HOD sir would be putting a message in a short while. Okay, so everyone, that is all 51 students are have to join on that particular date. Okay, so there's something planned which is important for you. Okay, so make sure that everybody joins the session on 27th. 26th probably is a holiday. Okay, so we'll be starting on 27th with something which is useful to you. Okay, fine. Can everybody come in the video mode for 2 minutes? Quickly, don't waste time. Quickly come in the video mode. Okay, uh, great. Rohit, Akshata, please be come in the video mode. Rohit, Mayur is gone. Okay, great. Okay, good morning once again. Good morning to everyone. Okay, in the previous class yesterday, if you remember, we discussed the assignment questions that were given to you. Okay, one was to list down the various metrics which are used in manufacturing industry. Second question was to write in detail or explain in detail the any five metrics that you have listed in the first question. And the third one was about the students performance matrix. Okay, and in students performance matrix we have listed down certain factors, then we tried to reduce the factors, and then we ended up with six factors, I remember, right? At last we stopped with six factors. So can somebody tell me what were those six factors that we listed in the final stage to measure the students performance?
So interpersonal skills,
Yes, Mrunali, interpersonal skills,
So research ability,
research ability, good. Next,
so
physical
analytical skills,
physical
physical
ability,
abilities, okay.
So analytical skills.
Analytical skills, okay.
Communication.
Communication, very nice.
Behavior.
Behavioral skills, very good. Okay, so I guess 6 are done, right? Okay, so now understand. See, whenever you you want to develop a matrix for anything. Okay, it may be for performance, it may be to measure anything. Okay, you need to first understand which are the most important factors which are related to that particular process, and on the basis of those factors you have to develop a matrix, right? Now that matrix can be a grid matrix, can be a graph, can be a rating scale. Okay, it can be anything. Now matrix doesn't, see, whenever I say matrix, what comes to your mind is a box kind of shape. Okay, table format, a box, multiple boxes. That is not matrices. Matrix is a tool used for measurement of maybe performance. Okay, measurement of various things, various processes. Okay, that is what matrix is all about. So do not have that perception or assumption that whenever I say matrix, it is something like a box. Okay, it may be anything, right? So now, since we know the factors now you have to develop an actual matrix. Okay, before starting with the class, I'll tell you. Okay, you have to draw a matrix. Now it may be a hexagonal matrix, it may be like a graph, it may be like rating scale. You choose any kind, any form is fine. You have to draw it. Okay, and draw, scan it, and keep a soft copy, because I may ask you to present your matrix in the Tuesday, in the next class. Whenever we have the HR analytics class, I will ask you to present it, not just orally tell me, but you have to share your screen. Okay, show us the metrics and then explain each and every point, and this may happen to 3-4 people out of 35. Okay, so please prepare a matrix, and you have to justify as to how will you measure the performance. Is it clear? Yes, give a thumbs up if you're clear with what you are supposed to do. Okay, great.
So
Okay,
can you please repeat it?
Rashmi, I said whatever factors we have decided yesterday, there were 6 factors that we decided which will lead to the performance of a student. Okay, student performance is based on 6 factors is what we listed down. So on the basis of these 6 factors, or I'll give you another option, these 6 factors plus any other factor that you feel is relevant, but you have to justify that and prepare a matrix. You have to prepare an actual matrix out of it. Okay, it will be like an assignment again. Okay, so you can do it in your assignment book itself or a piece of paper. Okay, so it's not extra thing. The same question, third question that I had given you, we are just going into details of that third question. Okay, so it's a part of that assignment itself. Okay, so I want you to draw a matrix with all the factors that you have decided. Okay, it may be a tabular format, it may be a grid format, a graphical format. Okay, it's a square, rectangle, triangle, hexagon. Okay, or it may be a rating scale, whatever it may be. You have to develop a matrix, and I am going to use that matrix to evaluate the performance of students. Is it clear,
Yes, sir.
Rashmi?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so with this, let's start with the next one. Okay, or the next part of your unit, that is benchmarking. Okay, before starting with that, okay, I hope we have completed this, the significance of HR matrix. If you remember in the previous classes, okay, we studied users, the 11 matrix, key matrix, then significance, users is what we have already studied. Now we are going ahead with benchmarking. Before going ahead, I want somebody to answer what is benchmarking. Any answer is fine, guys. Correct, wrong doesn't matter. Just answer me what is benchmarking.
So it's
So
basically comparing the actual performance of employees with yardsticks or um any
Okay, fine. I got you. Though you are falling short of words, but
so
yes.
no, sir.
Sure, you want to say yes.
I was talking, so I guess due to some network issue I couldn't complete it, sir, due to
Oh,
some
is it?
network issue.
Okay, yeah, complete it now. And after that,
Yes, sir.
Akshay can answer.
Yes, sir. There are some targets or some benchmarks to which the actual performance is compared, sir.
Oh,
Some
okay.
targets are set,
Okay,
sir.
fair enough. Not exactly what the answer I'm looking for, but yes, very close to the answer. Akshita?
So benchmarking is a process of measuring the performance of companies' products and services, sir.
Okay. Very, very general answer, Akshata. But what exactly is benchmarking? Your answer is not wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong, but very general answer. But I'm looking for a very specific answer related to benchmarking.
So it is a
Sir,
standard.
identify internal opportunities, sir.
Okay, okay. Your answer.
Sir,
Go ahead.
sir, is to identify internal opportunities for improvement, sir.
Internal opportunities for improvement. Okay, and I guess Preeti was trying to say something.
Yes, sir. So it is a standard set for the employees to overcome it, sir. Like if their
Okay, it's
performance
a
is
target set
according
for the
to, it's a
for the
standard.
employee.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. See, in bits of pieces, yes, everybody is everybody wants to tell me what that exactly is. Okay, Zora, can you tell me what is benchmarking? Good morning, first of all.
No, sir.
No, it's a good morning.
No. Yeah, it's good morning.
Yeah. Now, before
Yeah,
you
sir.
continue, I wanted to ask
I
you a
have no
question.
idea about it.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you tell me what is benchmarking?
Sir, I have no idea about it.
You have to mark the bench. That is benchmarking, marking on the benches.
No, sir. I guess it is, setting such standards where people have to meet those standards, maybe.
Yes, yes, you're absolutely right. Okay, benchmarking is basically okay comparing your processes, your performance with the best performance. Okay, there is something called as a best performance. Let's say in an industry, there is one particular company which is performing, which is the best company in that particular industry. Okay, and you try to understand that and you set it as a standard, that is your goal. Okay, and you try to achieve that level of performance. That is what benchmarking is. Okay, so benchmarking is always with the best. You cannot benchmark yourself with someone who is lower than your performance. Okay, you have to always benchmark yourself with the higher ups. Okay, that is what benchmarking normally is. Okay, so let's go ahead with what is benchmarking, try to understand it in detail. Okay, so benchmarking is finding and implementing the best practices in the business. Okay, finding and implementing the best practices in the business is called as benchmarking. Okay, to elaborate in detail, it is a process of comparing and measuring one's own business processes with those of the business leader. Now, your most important word is the business leader. Business leader obviously means he is the best performer, right? So, you are comparing your processes, your own business processes, with those of the business leaders anywhere in the world, with a view of gaining information and understanding of their methods and processes, and then adopting it in the own organization for improving performance. So this is the entire process of benchmarking. You try to understand what the leaders are doing, what the best performers are doing, and you try to adopt those practices and try to improve your performance. That is what benchmarking is all about. Okay, I hope you're clear with this simple definition of benchmarking. Okay, understanding what is going on in the industry, basically what is the best company in the industry doing, or the leader, the market leader is doing, what are the processes that that particular company is following, and then try to follow those processes or set them as targets and try to follow those processes to improve your performance. That is what benchmarking basically is. Okay, Now, to give you a brief history of benchmarking, okay, benchmarking was basically started by Xerox Corporation. Okay, heard about Xerox Corporation? Anyone? Xerox Corporation?
Mm, yes, sir.
Who is that?
Sir Rashmi.
Yeah, Rashmi, go ahead. What is Xerox Corporation? The Xerox that you take?
Yes, sir. Photocopying.
Photocopying machines,
Com-
right? They are
yes, sir.
they were the pioneers in manufacturing
Photocopying machines.
photocopying machine. Nowadays, the photocopying, the synonym itself is Xerox, right? We normally
Yes,
say,
sir.
uh, uh, take a Xerox copy. We don't say take a photocopy. Take a Xerox copy is what we say. Okay, so that is what Xerox has achieved. Okay, but that is a different thing. Okay, that let us keep that aside. Xerox was the company which started benchmarking. Okay, it started following this process of benchmarking. The whoever was the market leader that time in the industry where Xerox was working, it tried to benchmark it, and this was patented and it became very famous. Okay, so that was that Xerox was the company which termed this word benchmarking. Okay, so you have to mark your performance with the best performers and try to achieve improved performance. Okay, that is what benchmarking is all about. Started by Xerox Corporation. Then what are the features of benchmarking? Okay, the most important feature of benchmarking is it is very structured. Okay, it's not like let's take a simple example. Okay, tomorrow one of the student in your class scores highest marks and you start imitating that particular person. That's not benchmarking. Okay, it's a structured process trying to understand what you are, where you are right now. Okay, then trying to understand what that best performer is doing. Okay, what is that performance that he or she has attained or achieved, then what all things that that particular person is doing to achieve that performance, and then implementing those steps into your system, or you implementing those particular steps is, and then achieving better performance is benchmarking. Okay, it's not haphazard, like you see something and you directly say, okay, I want to achieve this, I start working towards it. No, that is not benchmarking. It's a very structured process. There is a structure to follow. Okay, what you have to do, when you have to do, how you have to do. Okay, there is a proper structure that you need to follow to attain benchmarking or to implement benchmarking. Okay, so first one is it's a very structured process. Second one is it's ongoing. Ongoing means continuous. Benchmarking never stops. Okay, because understand one thing in an industry. Okay, let's take a simple example of IT industry. Okay, IT industry, information technology keeps on changing on a nowadays every 6 months there is a new technology. Not even 6 months. There are some cases where every month there is a new technology which is been invented and implemented. Okay, so you need to keep on upgrading yourself. Okay, like a particular industry is adopting, or the best performer in that particular industry is adopting the latest system. Now that latest system, you may not have adopted that, you might have the lower version of the same system. Okay, so you have to upgrade yourself. Next, his performance goes better because he has implemented some other better system. So again you have to implement new system. So it's an ongoing process. You cannot just do benchmarking once and settle for it. Okay, it's a continuous process. You have to keep on performing better, and you have to keep on setting higher and higher standards for yourself, because there is nothing called as end for a standard. Okay, like you have attained this, that is the end. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, even if you are at the top position also, okay, even if you are at the top position in that particular industry also, that is not the end of it, because there are many other industries. Okay, many other companies in different industries who are performing better. Maybe they belong to a different sector, but yes, they are performing better, so you may adopt their styles also. Okay, so there is no end for this. So it's an ongoing process or a continuous process. You have to continuously benchmark yourself with some leader in the business. Okay, so that is what ongoing process is. Third one is comparison. Yes, benchmarking purely is comparison. You are trying to compare the best performance with your performance. Okay, and trying to adopt the various processes that the best performer is following, and implementing it in your organization and trying to achieve that level of performance. That is what is another feature of benchmarking, that is comparison. Fourth important feature is achievable goals. Okay, you cannot, you have just started your, let's say you just started a company. Okay, maybe 5 years back you have started a company, and you are into, let's say, e-marketing. You market small products, local products in the local market. Fair enough, very good. Okay, but can you compare yourself with Amazon directly, the number one company in the world now, and say that, okay, I want to be Amazon in the next 2 years? You cannot do that, right? Okay, because it's not possible to achieve that volume of business, because it took Amazon a lot of years to achieve what it is achieving right now. Okay, so you cannot just achieve it as sooner as 2 years or 3 years. Okay, it will take a lot of time, because right now you have just started. You're just a small infant baby in that particular industry. There are lots of adults who are already who have already taken a large chunk of the market share, and you have just started. So your goals should be achievable. So your benchmarking also should be to an industry where you can really achieve that benchmark. You cannot just say, okay, today you have started running, and tomorrow you cannot say that I'll run faster than Usain Bolt, or I'll run at the speed at which Usain Bolt runs. Not possible. Okay, so you have to set standards. Like, let's say now I have started, so I want to be the top in the school. Okay, like the school targeted, let's say, around 15 seconds for 100 meters. It is 15 seconds. So I want to beat that record first. So that is my benchmark first. Okay, after school, then I say, okay, in my city, I want to be the top runner. Okay, so whatever is the record. So you gradually go on increasing your benchmarks. Okay, so that is what is the main feature of benchmarking. The benchmarks or the goals should be achievable. And then improvement, yes, it is continuous improvement. Again, you need to go on improving your performance so that you achieve greater benchmarks. Okay, greater, higher goals. That is another feature of benchmarking. So I hope you're clear with all these 5 features of benchmarking. Starting from, it is a structured process, it's an ongoing process, that is continuous process. It talks about comparison, or it includes comparison. Then it talks about achievable goals. Your goals should be achievable, and there is continuous improvement in the processes to achieve better performance. So are you clear with all these 5 points, all the 5 features of benchmarking? Any doubts in any of this? Everybody is clear? Guys, you know the rule. If it is clear, give a thumbs up so that I can continue. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, next one is, why do we need to go for a benchmarking? What are the reasons for benchmarking? Okay, apart from this, okay, let me just uh, black the screen and ask you, why do we need to go for benchmarking? Is it really required? Let's just have an interaction on this. Okay, is it really required? Dhanashri Nevrekar.
Yes, sir.
Dhanashri, are you able to hear me?
Yes,
Yes. Dhanashri, can you tell me, is benchmarking required?
yes, sir.
Obviously, I'm teaching, so it is required. I'm not going to teach you something which is not required at all. Am I right? Okay. Yes, it is required. Now tell me why it is required. Have you ever benchmarked in your career, in your life? Like, I want to be like that particular person. I want to be Aishwarya Rai. I want to be okay, uh, a sports person, any woman sports person. Okay, have you ever benchmarked yourself with anyone?
No, sir.
No, you have to. Or I would like to be like my elder sister. I would like to be like my mother. Have you done that, Dhanashri?
Um,
Or you may want to be like your father, you may like to be like your brother, anyone.
Yeah, sir. Father. Like father.
Yes, you have done that, right?
Yeah, sir.
So is it really required, Dhanashree?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, it is. Why?
Sir, to improve ourselves.
To improve yourself.
Sir,
Okay, fine, fine. Don't
yeah.
be scared. Don't be scared. See, first of all, you are online, so I cannot scold you also, neither I can punish you or something. So don't be scared. Just answer. Correct or wrong doesn't matter. Even I cannot see you also, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Yes. Gautami, is benchmarking
Yes,
required?
yes, sir, it is required.
Yes, it is required. And what are the reasons why it is required?
So, as you said, to achieve smaller goals.
Okay. Have you benchmarked yourself with anyone?
Yes, sir, I have benchmarked my CS last year. Every time how much marks I take, I try to set a target that I will take extra marks or I just clear the exams.
Okay, okay. See, understand one thing, Gautami. Setting target is different. Okay, like you wanted to clear or you want to clear CS is your target. That is not a benchmark.
Okay, sir.
Okay, like let's say you want to achieve a target and you want to follow certain process which is followed by somebody else or who has cleared CS and you want to follow that process. Maybe he studies for 8 hours in a day, he or she studies for 8 hours in a day, okay, and he refers to various other materials apart from your materials given by your institution, okay. If you say, okay, I want to do that, then you say it is benchmarking, then you're talking about benchmarking, you're following that standards, okay.
Okay, sir.
Clearing is a target, okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Can I have Rohan? Rohan Patil? Is he there? Rockstar? Okay. Jasvina?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Jasvina. Is benchmarking required?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And why is it required?
So for the betterment of the company.
For the betterment of the company, is it? Okay, great, straight and clear, for the betterment of the better, to achieve better performance. Yes, Akshata, go ahead.
Sir, benchmarking is required, sir. It is helpful to adopt new technologies and other essentials which already adopted by other companies by comparing one to other companies, sir.
Very nice, perfect. Okay, that is why it is required to basically to improve yourself, to improve your performance in terms of technology, in terms of productivity, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sanket, Sanket, guys, if you don't speak when I ask you to, then I have to mark you absent. Sanket, Rohan, Ayman, Ayman, you're there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Ayman, can you answer me? Why is benchmarking required and why is it required?
Yes, sir. It is required.
Go ahead. Sanket, you can unmute yourself and answer. Please do not put anything in the chat box. Don't say yes, sir, in the chat box. If you want to answer, you can answer in the chat box.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, Sanket, is benchmarking required? What is benchmarking, Sanket?
No idea, sir.
Were you there from the beginning of the class?
Yes, sir.
Then were you sleeping? Okay, so okay, let's not waste time. We are left with 10 minutes only. Okay, so reasons for benchmarking is first of all clarity. Okay, benchmarking helps you in getting a clarity. Just hold on for a second. Okay. Atmanand. Yes. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so the reasons for benchmarking is first of all clarity. Okay, once you benchmark yourself, you at least have a clarity as to what you have to achieve. Okay, you know where you have to reach. Okay, so that clarity comes when you are benchmarking yourself. So that is one reason why you need to benchmark. So to get clarity on what you want to achieve. Okay, second one is objectivity. Objectivity basically is all about why you want to do it. Okay, like what you want to achieve, what is the objective of doing that. So that is why benchmarking is required, at least to know the objectives. Okay, you want to achieve certain things, certain goals. Okay, to achieve those goals or objectives, you need to have some tools, you need to have some technique, you need to have some processes, and that is where benchmarking helps you. Okay, so it's objectivity. Then lowering labor cost. Yes, obviously when you have benchmarks, your labor cost can be reduced, because you know that the best company in the industry produces a particular product at this particular labor rate. Okay, and maybe you're paying more labor rate, or your labor cost is higher than as compared to the best performance. Okay, so that helps you in lowering your labor rates. It obviously helps you in improving your quality, because whenever you talk about benchmarking, you are also benchmarking yourself with the quality of the goods that are produced by the best or the market leader. Then also immediate application. Okay, it's all about immediate application. Okay, it's not that you go on planning and planning and planning. No, benchmarking is, you know what is going on in the industry, what is the best performer in the industry doing, and you try to implement it immediately. That is why it talks about immediate application. Okay, so these are some of the reasons why you need to go for benchmarking. Okay, because it gives you clarity. It talks about your objectivity, what you want to achieve. It lowers your labor cost, because you exactly know what you want to achieve, and you improve your productivity. Okay, you may basically eliminate the waste, eliminate the activities which are not required, and thus you reduce the labor cost. Now, reduce the labor cost doesn't mean that you are paying less. No, you pay the same amount, but the productivity increases, so the labor cost per unit goes down. Okay, suppose for example, let's take you have one labor in your organization, and you are paying him, let's say 300 rupees per day, and he produces around 150 units per day. Let's say 150 units per day. Okay, so 150 units, and you're paying him 300 rupees. Okay, so how much is per unit cost? What is cost per unit? Labor cost per unit? He's producing 150 units, and the cost that is incurred, or the wages that you pay him, is 300 rupees. So what is the labor cost per unit? Guys, is it so difficult?
Sir, please repeat, sir.
I'm saying there is a labor
Two,
in the
sir.
organization who is producing 150 units in a day.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you are paying him 300 rupees per day. So what is the labor cost per unit per day?
Sir, two.
It is 2
Two
rupees, right?
rupees two.
It is 2 rupees per unit, right? He's producing 150 units, and you're giving him 300. So 300 divided by 150 is 2 rupees per unit per day. Am I right? Now, what happens is, during the process, you observe that there is lots of activities which are not required, which where time is wasted, and because of that, maybe his productivity is decreasing. So what you do, you eliminate those activities. You eliminate the motions that he undergoes, because he has to carry tools from one place to another, where he is wasting time. etc., etc. Okay, so you eliminate all these things. Okay, now what happens when you are eliminating this? Okay, his productivity increases. Maybe from 150 units, he starts producing 200 units a day. But the labor cost that you're giving him, the wages that you're giving him is 300 only. Now, what is the labor cost per unit? What is the labor cost per unit now? Yes, it is 3 by 2, right? Guys, it is
150.
1.5.
1.5, yes, sir.
1.5, right? Initially it was 2 rupees, now it became 1.5, right? Meghna has put it, right? It is 1.5. That means your labor cost has decreased. Now, why the labor cost decreased? Because you benchmark, you knew that, okay, this is what the market leader is following. Okay, these are the processes that he's following, and this is how the employees work in that particular organization. The similar process you try to get it or imitate it in your organization, and you achieve the performance. So you reduce the labor cost over there. Okay, now here I did not say that we are paying him less. No, we are paying him the same amount, but his productivity is increasing. Because of the benchmarking process, his productivity has increased, and because of his increased productivity, his labor cost is decreasing. So that is how you lower the labor cost. Improving the quality of product, yes, when you compare your product with the best product in the market, you basically try to take some positives from that particular product and try to improve the quality of your product. And last one is immediate application. Yes, the reason why we need to go for benchmarking is it has immediate application. You can do it immediately. You need not have to wait for years together to implement benchmarking. Okay, you can do it immediately. Okay, so these are the reasons why you go for benchmarking. Okay, next one is types of benchmarking. Okay, now types of benchmarking basically can be divided into two parts, as I have mentioned. One is what is to be compared. What are you trying to compare? On the basis of that, you can decide as to what type of benchmarking you're going and whom to compare with. Okay, so first let's try to understand what is to be compared. You're comparing performance, like performance in terms of productivity, let's say. Okay, the best uh, organization in that industry produces, let's say, 200 products a day. That is the performance that the best in the industry is producing, 200 products a day. Okay, so that is your benchmark. So when you're setting your benchmark as per the performance of the best person or the as the market leader, then you're talking about performance benchmarking. You're benchmarking it on the basis of performance in terms of productivity, performance in terms of profits, okay, performance in terms of returns. It may be any type or any kind of performance. So but whenever you're comparing yourself with the performance of some other industry, then you're talking about performance benchmarking. Second thing is process benchmarking. Now process benchmarking basically talks about if you are trying to compare the processes that are followed by the leader in the business, the market leader in the business, and try to follow those processes. Okay, maybe process related to purchase of goods, process related to production, the production process. Okay, the selling process, finance process, human resource process, okay, communication process. All these things are processes, and if you are following, if you want to achieve, if you want to follow those processes, because those are followed by the best in the business. Okay, you want to follow those processes, you are imitating those processes, then you're talking about process benchmarking. You're benchmarking the processes. You're not bothered about what would be the performance. You're just trying to imitate the processes that are followed by the best person in the industry. Then is strategic benchmarking. Okay, now the time is I guess the meeting will over in another 30 seconds, I don't know. Okay, so whatever I complete, I'll complete, and the next I'll complete it in the next class itself. Okay, so strategic benchmarking is basically you try to uh, imitate the strategies followed by others. What are the strategies that the best person in the industry is doing? You try to adopt those strategies. So when you are adopting strategies, or when you're comparing strategies and trying to follow the best strategies, then you are talking about strategic benchmarking. Okay, so this is when you talk about what is to be compared. So So performance, process, and strategy. Okay, so I'll stop it over